Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Are you even a beauty influencer if you don't bake? Who knows? Mecca Max have jumped onto the whole baking phenomenon and they've come up with some new products. So we're talking about the banana bake today. So there are 4 products in this collection. 3 of them come as a set, but you can also buy them all individually. So Mecca have been very kind to send through to me the collection so that I can share this with you. I have already used it on my face now and I'll give you a demonstration a little bit later. But the first thing I wanted to talk about was the actual skin filter, and they've released it in 2 formats. So similarly to the Life Proof powder where they've released the loose and the press, they've done the same thing for the banana bake powder. So it's officially called the banana bake skin filter. So the pressed version is B1, which is kind of cute, and B1 is slightly more orange than B2, and I'm not sure if that's just happened through the pressing process or whether there is a slight difference in the 2. And then B2 is the yellow. Did you see that? B2 is the yellow powder. It looks like a bakery in here. So I think the best thing about these products is that Mecca have packaged some of them together. So they've packaged the B2, so the banana bake loose powder, along with a brush to apply and then a setting spray so that you have kind of everything that you need to achieve the look. So if you were to buy these individually, you'd pay $24 just for the powder, $32 for the brush, and $18 for the setting spray. But what they've done is they've actually packaged these all together with an instruction kind of manual thing, and they've put it in a Ziploc bag sort of thing, and you can get all of those for $50. I mean, that's the price sometimes that you'll pay just for a powder. Like I said, in addition, they have released the pressed powder as well, and I suppose this is better for you if you are traveling and if you're on the road and you need to touch up. So thank you to Mecca for sending those through. Let's have a look at how these apply. All right, so let's get started. All I've applied so far is some of the Mecca Max Life Proof foundation. I thought at this point I'd also mention that Mecca Max, I'm not sure if these have been released yet, but if they haven't, they will be in store soon. They've actually released Darkening Drops. If you haven't seen my review of this yet, you can look in the description box below, because I actually really like this foundation, but I was a little bit disappointed in the fact that there were so few shades available. So Mecca have released the Life Proof liquid darkener, and so what it is it's the same foundation but in a very highly pigmented darker shade, so that you can actually go through and modify your shade of the foundations. So if you have like a deeper, darker skin tone and you want to try this, you can buy the darker shade or the shade that matches your undertone the best, and then use some of these drops to actually darken it slightly to make it match your skin. Now, in my opinion, I prefer that all the shades were available, but I do believe that Mecca Max are coming out with some darker shades, but until then, you can actually purchase these. Also, I think these are actually a great idea for someone like me who actually gets a little bit darker in summer. So the difference between my summer and my winter shade is quite dramatic. So in that case, instead of buying 2 shades of this, you can actually buy perhaps your winter shade and then go ahead and buy the Darkening Drops, and then modify as you get darker. You can modify your foundation. But all of that aside, so I've just gone ahead and all I've applied is some of that foundation. I used one coat only and I used a sponge to get that nice and even. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply some concealer under my eyes before I get into using some of the banana bake products. So in case you weren't aware, the term baking refers to the fact that you are applying powder under your eyes, and some people might say that it's because you're adding flour, like baking flour under your eyes. A lot of it actually has to do with the fact that the powder traps the heat, your skin's heat in between your skin and the powder, so it acts almost like an oven to really lock in that foundation and that concealer. Okay, so I'm just gonna apply some brightening concealer. And I'm going to go over the eye as well. So this is really just to bring a whole bunch of light, like the center of the face, while also hiding some of those dark circles. I'm going to add a little bit to the center of my forehead and down my nose. Okay, so I've just spot cleaned the new brush. So this is the Bacon Set. So this side here is a flat brush that is designed to push product into your skin, and then you wipe away with this side. I have both the pressed version and the loose version. I think I'm going to go in with the loose version. And interestingly, the loose powder is more yellow than the pressed powder. This one's a little bit almost like orangey. I'm going to take some of that loose powder and the brush and really press that in. Alright, I actually like a lot more powder than that's actually giving me. So I'm going to get some more powder and I'm going to use a puff. This is typically what I use to bake. And I'm just going to press that in wherever I put that concealer. And I'm looking a little bit like a hot mess. And now we wait. Okay, so it's been a few minutes now and I thought I would go ahead and just dust off the rest of the powder and see how we went. Alright, so that set down quite well, especially on my nose. It seems to have changed the colour of my concealer a little bit in this area here. That could be because I used too much of the product. Under my eyes, it doesn't look too cakey. It does look quite good. But I will say that it doesn't look as bright as I had hoped it would. But I have to say, I don't think that's this product. I found with my skin tone in particular, because I'm on the more pink to neutral side, often when I do use yellow, I don't look quite right. So I think that's just me, and I think that's the nature of this kind of product rather than this brand or this product itself. I'm definitely not unhappy with the way it looks, but I think once I add the rest of my makeup, I can kind of give a little bit more of a realistic opinion of it. I'm going to go ahead and use the spray just for a moment, just to see really lightly what happens when we use this. It seems like now that I've spritzed it down, a lot of that yellowness has gone away. So I definitely recommend, I think the pack is a really great deal because you do get that included. Also, I love that this is kind of quite compact. I'd love to keep this in my handbag with me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup and you'll see me in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so all my makeup is done. Here are my final thoughts. As I did show you before, the powder did look like, it did make me look a little yellow, but once I finished the rest of my makeup, you can see that you can barely tell anymore. The underneath my eyes look pretty well covered, but then it's not the brightest. I think personally for me, I do prefer more of a peach coloured powder. However, having said that, this, the Banana Bake 01, the one that's in the pressed version, does have a little bit more of that peachiness. So I think maybe in the future I'll use this one rather than using this one. The setting spray is really nice. You can never have too much. Smells really good, feels really nice, sets everything down really nice. So no complaints about that. I think the brush, I like this side of the brush a lot better than I like that side of the brush. I typically just don't use these type of brushes. I found that going in with a poof or whatever, setting the powder down with a poof worked a lot better for me. But then dusting away with this one is beautiful. It's a nice soft brush. It dusted everything away really nice. I'm talking really fast now because I'm running out of battery. But overall, I like the collection. I think the package deal of these is a fantastic deal. I think you get everything you basically need. And other than that, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for coming and spending a little bit of time with me in my little corner of the internet. I will see you next time. Bye.